Welcome to Questionable Fandom. I'm Alex,
I'm Casey.
and made it to episode 23.
Yeah, you say it every week like it's some big.
Yeah, it is. It's the highest number we've reached every week. From
Yeah. Bugs.
fleas. It's getting cold, so they're trying to get escaped cold, and they don't have their normal spot to
Anyway,
chill.
another week down. It's been a fun week for me.
Was a mediocre week for me.
Man. Finished up Ballers. I finished something else. Jesus. I need to go see that Joker movie. I still haven't seen it, but I kind of want to. I want to see Zombieland too.
Yeah, I want to see Zombieland. Didn't want to see it when it was first announced. And I watched the trailers.
Yeah.
Now I want to see it. I watched a ton of Fairy Tale.
Yeah, when you told me you were on episode 100 something, I figured it had been a lot.
Well, I'm up to 170 now.
Yeah. Is it good?
Oh, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I watched the new season of Big Mouth. Have you seen that show yet?
No.
You fucking love it.
I keep meaning to watch it, but there's so many other shows to watch.
Well, it's animated. It's adult animation. It would be hard to watch with your roommate, but only because I watched season 3 throughout the week, and yesterday I wanted something to go to sleep to, but I wanted to play something because I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep right away. But something
Right.
I just didn't. So I started watching Big Mouth from episode 1 again because it's been a couple of years waiting for the thing.
Yeah.
And I forgot not like the content necessarily of every episode, but just like the order some things happen.
Right.
Obviously like rewatching it, like the way they all the characters in the show are believable but wild. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like I was just watching the same characters in season 3 because obviously it's just a comedy, like people don't die.
Right.
So like when I went back and watched their first their introductions in season 1, since it's an over-the-top comedy with like the whole premise of the show is sexual comedy and pubescent comedy anyway.
Right.
Like when they introduce the characters, like the shock's not there for me because I'm like, I've seen these guys for years. Like they're just characters to me. They're not like crazy. But that show was fucking hilarious, and it's witty too. They got good ideas.
Yeah, that's one of those I keep meaning to watch. Just never get around to it.
Yeah. No, I like the way that they treat things. Like in season 1, they have the hormone monster and the female hormone monster, and obviously they're like your conscience. Like the hormone monster, I think they got away from it for the aspect of comedy later, but in season 1 anyway, the hormone monster shows up when you get hard.
Okay.
And he just gives you ideas.
Yeah.
Like that, and it relates back to like when you were a kid and you had crazy dumb ideas when you were horny, right?
Right.
And he just gives you those ideas, and they're horrific, but they're like the stuff you would never say out loud, right?
Right.
And like some of the John Mulaney, that is the guy who has the hormone monster, and John Mulaney's got comedy and good timing and stuff. But man, there's some great fucking interactions between him and the hormone monster. Later on, I think he just kind of like hangs around. He has his own name and stuff.
Right.
In the first season, that's more how it is. And then later they get more. They end up having monsters for a lot of the different sort of emotions that creep into you.
Okay.
Like there's a hormone monsteress for the girl, and obviously they interact with people differently.
Right.
And later on, there's an old hormone monster that's introduced for like the type of 45-year-old virgin type of guys.
Right.
Where it's like. I like the way that they tied it to it, where it's like they made it seem like a hormone monster gets attached to a kid, right?
Right.
And he goes away when you have sex, like you don't need him anymore.
Right.
So there's a character that Nick Kroll plays who was Ruxin in.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, like his character, he plays a kid who's like underdeveloped. He's the same age as everybody, but hadn't quite hit puberty yet.
Right.
So, like, he doesn't get a hormone monster when everybody else does. But when he finally does, it's a garbage one. Like, he can't tell him anything. He's old, he's blind in one eye, he doesn't have any good ideas. To explain, like, why kids are like that. Some kids are like that.
Right.
And it's because the way they explained it, like, for the show's lore is that there's a coach at the school who's the same way. He's, like, 45, total social unawareness, completely a virgin and all that. and it's because the hormone monster is assigned to you until you have sex, and they're not supposed to live that long. So he's though still giving them kids, but he's still got the 45-year-old that he never finished with, you know.
Right.
So when he finally has sex, he finally retires, and then the Nick Kroll character gets a real hormone monster at some point. And actually, he gets the female one later. But
Interesting.
then they have like a shame monster who is a villain for season 2. That's trying to he's your conscience that brings you shame and forces you to not do things and get depression.
Right.
Stuff like that. Different monsters for different emotions that people, that kids deal with when they're young. Well, not that young. I mean, all tweens and early teens.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun. I watched the newest episode of Titans. That show's actually gotten good. Not great, but good. There was nothing wrong with it. Yeah. They still got some awkward staging and like some characters. Sometimes it's like there's a little too many characters here, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the beginning it was bad. Yeah. So at least they got somewhat with it.
At least they're still trying and not just phoning it in.
Yeah, they're definitely not phoning it in. I mean, they're trying stuff. Again, I think that they think that they're. I don't know if they think they're doing better than they are, but I think that they want to tell stories they just quite can't. But
Right.
they're trying to move into a better groove. Like they went like it was episode 8 or 9, and they tried to do this revelation. Like at the end, right? Like Robin did something really bad, and it was like, but I already knew that. Like you told me like 4 episodes ago. You just didn't say it out loud.
Right.
So when they said it out loud, they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "No, you told me fucking 4 episodes ago." I don't care, but I mean, it wasn't bad. Like I guess the character should have said it out loud.
Yeah.
But it was like the way
No
that
big
they play
surprise.
stuff up sometimes like it's bigger than it actually is,
Right.
or like it should be bigger than they've actually built it up to be.
Right.
I don't know if they cut a lot or if they just had revisions. Or, I don't know what all happened there, and we probably won't ever know. But
Probably not. I'm still current on Good Place.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Is it on Hulu?
Yeah.
It actually get current, I guess.
They're up to episode 4 for this season.
I should be able to watch them all still then.
Yeah. It's still pretty good. Kind of curious what's going to happen next, but
I'm thinking that I'm gonna drop Verve. I bought it and I haven't watched anything on it.
I keep thinking I want to get Verve, but now I realize I don't use half of what I'm already paying for.
Yeah. I saw the Disney streaming service and I was like, I definitely want that.
Right.
But it's like $70 a year, which is fine.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
And I was just like, but then like the same day I got an email and it was like, they charged you whatever for like some weird company that does the escrow for Verve, It starts with a T. It's like Tolosi or something.
Probably. Well, I mean, it's whoever owns Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Or does it for Crunchyroll.
Yeah. But so whenever I did that, I was like, oh yeah. And I looked. I was like, I haven't watched anything in like 4 weeks. I watched a Scooby-Doo movie one time.
Okay.
And it was great. I liked it. But I watched some stuff for like a weekend.
Right.
And like one thing another week. But I paid for it for like 2 or 3 months. I'm just not, and I keep a tab open on my computer, signed into Verve, like to make myself watch something, and I just don't. I go and look, and I just don't.
I mean, there's a couple of shows they have on there I want to watch, but
yeah,
I don't know when I would watch them.
Yeah,
or make the time to watch them.
Yeah, I'm just so past, like, I can't make time. I haven't been able to make time to watch subtitled anime, and it's like that's really where the value comes in. Is the plethora of good, high quality stuff.
Right.
Like when Funimation was with them, I bet I would have, but they bounced out. So
that partnership did not last.
No, I don't even know if it lasted a year.
I don't think it did. I think it was like 6 months.
I don't know why though. It's so weird.
I don't know.
I guess they thought they didn't need them. Like,
I mean, it was a good concept.
Yeah, I know Crunchyroll's just not in dubs, but
yeah, I mean, Crunchyroll didn't want to do dubs, so they were gonna just stick to subs and let Funimation do the dubs.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Funimation wanted more out of the deal than they could get.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't watched anything. Like, there's some stuff on there I try. Like if One Piece was dubbed for a period of time, maybe I could try it. But it's just too much to try.
I think isn't that Funimation?
I think so.
So it's probably on Funimation.
But I don't have Funimation right now.
I mean, it's only like $6.
It lapsed so that I could get Vove
Oh,
with
drop.
Funimation. But when I went to go get Vove, there was no Funimation there.
Well, drop Irv and just go back to Funimation.
Well, I'm going to pick up Disney.
Okay.
I wasn't watching Funimation. That's why I dropped it to get Vove. I mean, I watched Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho and something else on there. I just haven't. I don't know how many more things is on there. I guess I could get it for a couple months or something.
Right.
But they have other cool stuff like Dr. Stone. Have you seen that?
No.
It's got cool art. It looks kind of cool, but again, it's like I just can't. I don't want to try it in subtitles. So.
Yeah, it's a pain trying to watch stuff in subtitles.
I have. It's not.
I have
haven't.
too.
Yeah.
I watched Attack on Titans like 3 times subtitled.
I saw.
I actually have not watched it dubbed.
I watched. That's how I watched Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
With subtitles 2 years ago at this point. And I watched. I've seen Fullmetal Alchemist in dub and in sub. I've seen all kinds of stuff subtitled in the past. I just like right now, I don't know that I have the time or the attention. There's just not too much out there
It
for me
takes too much concentration.
Yeah.
You have to be focused on it and nothing else.
Well, to me, I've seen like a lot of the big stuff
Right.
that I wanted to see. Like I watched Naruto Shippuden when it first came out in subtitles and stuff like that. It's just like maybe I could watch some more Bleach because I at one point I had seen everything that was dubbed for Bleach, and then there was 300 more episodes. And
Right.
So maybe I could go and watch that. But sometimes watching a half a series dubbed in starting subtitles can be a little jarring.
Yeah.
Because the
translation's not going to be the same.
It's not always perfect.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I watched Fullmetal Alchemist both ways, and it's good both ways.
Right.
Like some people prefer one or the other. I don't really prefer one or the other. I mean, I prefer dub just because it's easier for me to watch.
Right.
But like the Japanese voice actors lended a lot of terror in certain scenes. Like they made it not necessarily more dramatic, but certain pieces of it more dire.
Right.
But again, but then on some of the scenes, it was not quite as much personality, or not as much camaraderie, I felt like. So, there's just different bits.
Right.
Did you see what's the name of the company? Blizzard. The Blizzard deal with China?
No.
It was a big deal. I guess it's still a big deal for them. It's not. It wasn't in my lane. Somebody asked me about it,
Right.
and I had to look it up. So they were doing a stream of somebody playing. What's the Blizzard game?
Overwatch?
Yeah, Overwatch. Okay.
I was going to say, they got terrible games.
This is like I knew it.
But I think I saw a headline or something.
Yeah, this is a shooter that they do like
Yeah.
championships for. Because they don't do League of Legends, do they?
No.
Okay, so it's not that. They were doing their championships, right? So they're streaming people from across the world or whatever.
Right.
And there's this Chinese guy that makes like a lot of money through Overwatch, and places one of the tournaments. And he was doing a stream where it was him, like another guy from China. It was him alone doing the stream, but he had 2 people with him that were from the Blizzard China office.
Okay.
You know, because it was a sanctioned deal.
Right.
So they were like sitting at a desk doing the thing. So like he finished up a round, and they went to commercial, and they came back. And I guess I have to back up. You know what's going on in China right now? Oblivious to gaming, the Hong Kong freedom movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
The riots and everything.
Yeah.
Or protests.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, everything I've seen, it's been protests, not riots.
So when they came back from the commercial, the guy had put on a mask, because that's what they do in Hong Kong. They wear a mask, and in Chinese it says like free. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it's called, but it's their saying.
Yeah.
So he does that, and he like says something in Mandarin. It's very, it's political announcement.
Right.
So they gave him like whatever the delay is. That's what he got. Like 10 seconds, and then his feed was just cut.
Okay.
And Blizzard just banned him from organized play for like a year, and took all the money he had earned in 2019, which was like $10,000.
Right.
And then fired the 2 guys that were on the stream with him.
Seems a little extreme.
Yeah. So.
What were they supposed to do? Tackle him?
I mean, well, like. It's the mask that they wear over there. It's not like a mask. It's like a medical thing. It takes you like a half a second to put on. You know what I mean? The disposable. So like they interviewed those dudes, and they were like, "Yeah, we were being all chummy. He didn't say anything to us." And then we went to commercial, and we looked away to like see what the camera shot was, and he just like ducked under the table and came back up. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, he wasn't gonna try to pre-plan it for everybody. You know, it just became a big deal,
Right.
Because they're not gonna say that we did it because we make a lot of money in China, but that's like the reason. And nobody wants. You know, if I owned a video game company, a dude playing my game, like started throwing some politics out of my stream, I wouldn't be happy either.
Right.
Like I know a lot of people were bashing them, Blizzard, for being like a corporation. I was like, if it was any particular like if I had a guy working at a mom and pop store, but I want him talking about the Chinese government, you know what I mean, like or any government sanctions or something with other people, like in my store. No, I wouldn't. That's normal.
Yeah, I mean,
the suspensions and firings were heavy.
Yeah, firing their two guys seems a little extreme, but
and they ended up making the suspension 6 months. And they gave him his money back after the bitch. But
right.
It was just like a thing where it was like it was only funny to me because you know like I'm a history guy. So when they go, it was funny seeing young people go, man, look at all this bad stuff in China. And I go, oh, you think now is bad? Like just now, like they only got bad this year about personal freedoms. This year, 2019, that's when you noticed?
Yeah.
Because your video game company was involved with something? That's what got you to take notice? China's been like the worst place for personal freedom for a century. Well, no, I've used the wrong. A millennium.
Not quite that far, but yeah. They don't have the best of track records when it comes to that. And no, they're not quite the worst.
They're not quite the worst. But as far as world superpowers, they're rough.
For a major country, yeah.
No,
they're the worst.
It's definitely not the worst place in the world to live or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I told you I knew a guy from Georgia or whatever that has a girlfriend that's Chinese, and he like bought a house over there, goes and lives there like a month out of the year. Like, it's fine to be there and live there. You know, they have, like people say they have really great food there, and people are very nice and cordial. It's just like, don't have an opinion, like that sort of deal, and don't be loud about it. You know, but it's like that lots of places. Though. It's like that in the UK.
I was gonna say it's kind of to a certain level like that everywhere.
Yeah.
No one's really exempt from that.
I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame Blizzard because China is a huge revenue source.
Well, that's what the thing was. Somebody came at me with it, like, because the way I am, they thought, like, I would just shit on them about it.
Right.
And I was like, no, like, I get it. You know, again, like, I wouldn't want somebody doing the you know, and the guys signed an agreement. It's in, like, their user terms. You can't use their platform to push political agendas. That's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, the guys remain fairly neutral.
Yeah. They try their best. Obviously, it's difficult.
Right.
I was listening to
Listening to what?
The two Bears One Cave podcast.
Okay.
The only thing I had to say that was funny because of that public perception thing is that it's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. I'm not gonna plug their show or whatever, but if you like those guys, like you would like the podcast. Just some shooting the shit like us, but Tom has this ongoing bit he does like every episode where he makes Bert look like a racist. Like every episode.
Okay.
So like they open an episode like we do, you know, but before their intro, he'll go like this, like it'll start up and it'll open like before you get to do your welcome to Questionable Fandom. We're like, Alex, stop saying the N-word so much.
Yeah.
Or like, you have how many swastikas in your house? Like stuff like that. And then they had bad stuff about getting cuts because he went to Bali.
Okay.
And in Bali, they still, like in parts of Bali, they still have swastikas for the reason that they had swastikas before the Nazi Party used swastikas.
Right.
But they're everywhere. They're like crosses are in the south.
Well, it's actually a little different, the actual Hindu symbol.
But they don't know.
Well, yeah, right. Most people don't know, but it's actually inverse.
I'm aware.
And I forget what it's actually called.
It's not called a swastika.
Right.
So, but he thinks they're swastikas, right?
Right.
So he was talking about how many swastikas there were, like just how many they have. So Tom would start going, oh, so how many did you buy? Say, I didn't buy any. He's like, God, you had so many. Like, why did you buy so many? So when a couple of weeks ago, Bert Kreischer released some video, like a dancing video or something, and it went viral to an extent. It had like 20 million views. And, but like a lot of the comments, not the majority, but a lot, more than you would think, were literally like, where some people be like, oh, this guy's so cool, he's so fun, right?
Right.
Like he's a fun personality. And it would be like the guy in there would be like, except he's a racist. And like, they do every episode, and Bo will go, please stop doing that bit. Like, I don't want it to be a, you know how comedy bits will just catch on. Like,
Right.
he's like, I don't want it to be a thing that I'm a racist. And some people were like, yeah, he's a racist. Like, people go, man, that hip hop dance is funny. It's like, and like under it'll be like, like, they start fighting in the comments.
Of
It's like,
course.
see what you did, Tom. So I mean, that's what I mean about like the public perception can turn quickly. Especially if you have any modicum of fame, because they'll cut you, cut your voice up.
Right.
And I was at work today, and I did a thing, and I didn't realize I was being a piece of shit till afterwards, but I don't care.
Sounds about right.
Because it was just taking too much work. I was in a restaurant, and I was working over food. I wasn't in the food or anything like that, but I was dealing with the display, the tech. And I straight up dropped a whole screwdriver into a vat of Alfredo sauce.
Did they not cover the shit if you working over it?
No, they're idiots. So this is the first time it's ever happened. I've been doing the store work for a while. And so I dropped a whole screwdriver in a thing of Alfredo. And I'm assuming it's Alfredo.
Most likely.
And there was different pots, different stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it was Alfredo. And I didn't know how hot it was, so I didn't want to stick my hand in there. And then I thought, well, fuck, I don't want to stick my hand in their Alfredo that they use like for their food either, because they were like making food. It was like dinner time.
I'm surprised they let you in the kitchen.
I didn't.
Some places, I've heard some places won't tell you to go away if it's there in the dinner rush.
To be fair, I went there earlier in the day, and I didn't go in, but I drove like into their lot at like 12:30, and I was just and I was literally just like, I'm not going in. I was just like, I'm not even gonna go in, because I just don't want to be in their way. Right. So when I came back about 6 hours later, there were significantly less cars in the thing. But I guess it's the thing was like, even though it was less cars, every car had 4 people in it.
Right.
So I dropped a whole screwdriver in their Alfredo, and I don't know if anybody saw or not. I think they did. I just really think they don't care. So I didn't want to stick my hand in there, and then I thought again, like, my hands are dirty, like they're dirty from being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I wasn't wearing gloves at the time, so I just took the ladle and ladled out my screwdriver, and then put gloves on to then use the dirty Alfredo covered screwdriver after I licked the Alfredo off my hand that I got when I ladled it out. Now that sounds bad, but that's not the actual part of the story where I'm a piece of shit.
You didn't tell anyone you did it?
Of course I didn't tell anyone I did it, but it gets even worse. So I was undoing a screw, and then a small screw. You're falling over.
Because I know where this is going.
Falls the exact same way and did the same thing on Alfredo. And then I started to ladle it out, but it was too small, and the Alfredo was too thick. I couldn't find it. And I didn't want to just sit there and like just be fucking with their ladle. So whoever got chicken Alfredo and noodles and bit into a screw
probably got a few free meals.
And it might not have ever come up, but
it probably didn't.
Yeah,
I doubt they're scraping the bottom.
Exactly,
Of the
I'm sure it just sunk right to the bottom and it didn't matter. But
hopefully not too many people get sick from it.
No, I always get sick from that shit. They get sick from the screwdriver, not the screw.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about, that whole ordeal.
Yeah. But I didn't think about it till like I was leaving. I was like, there was a screw in the Alfredo that they use for all their Alfredo dishes at this Italian restaurant. I hope, again, and then I thought like about, man, what if I had like a thing that I just bit into a thing of chicken Alfredo and there was a screw in there, just crack someone's teeth open.
You are a piece of shit.
I know. I didn't think about it till later, but yeah.
Couldn't have told someone what you did.
I even spoke to the manager like right after. I just didn't even think about it. It went right over my head.
God. Glad I don't go to that restaurant. Because I know the restaurant.
Well, you
I don't
definitely,
know which location,
I say you
but I
definitely
know
don't
the
go
brand.
because the location's in a different state that you live in.
I was gonna say I know the brand.
That's bad. What?
I'm just trying to think if I have any stories. Man, I played D&D, but nothing really happened.
I hear that a lot.
My character actually did a bit, but it's like a 2 second story. It's he helped a bunch of goblin refugees build a town
Yeah.
outside of the city, and then got some of the goblins to help him build a flak cannon to deal with potential dragon attack.
Do you like this campaign?
It's alright.
It always seems just like everything always just seems like out of left field.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Doesn't
But-
necessarily mean bad, but just asking.
Yeah.
We played Star Wars. I didn't play anything else this week. I played some Magic Arena, but yeah, whatever. So we played Star Wars: The Empire this week, and I thought it was good. We had one person drop out, and we had a guy that never dropped out, but just stopped showing up, or thought we stopped playing.
Right. Despite the bi-weekly texts for like 3 months.
Yeah. So anyway, he should back up after being gone for a while.
Right.
Like, I don't know,
Good chunk of the campaign so
8
far.
sessions or something more.
Because we had so many stories.
Yeah, so we spent like 30 minutes telling him stories about the stuff that he was there for. But he wasn't. His character was there for. He
Right.
Was there for. But I mean, he got a big kick out of it. There was a lot of laughs.
Oh yeah, because he couldn't believe half the stories.
I think my favorite part is going through all of the brief stories of the campaign up to this point, and everybody liking them and being like, okay, this makes sense. Everybody's good refresher sometimes to remember your history.
Right.
But only because when your roommate left to use the bathroom and came back, and the pilot goes, we're surrounded by 5 Star Destroyers. And his face was just
That
the
was
most
me.
perfect thing ever.
I was
Was that
wondering.
you?
Yeah.
Because he believed it. He was just
Oh, yeah, it's like,
the fuck?
because I remember he came back in and was like, okay, good news is we're off world, we're in orbit. Bad news is there's 5 Star Destroyers in orbit.
Wasn't true, but
You're right.
he thought it was true. It wasn't preposterous enough to not be
I almost went with the Death Star, but
yeah, that would have
I think I would have been too much.
that would have been false.
Yeah.
It was fun though. We went back to the place with the next year Chalgana for the 3rd time, and it
Yeah.
went the worst.
Oh yeah, it was horrendous. I mean, it's horrible.
I don't know if it was just bad rolls or what.
It was partly bad rolls because
Yeah.
my rolls at least were just sucking.
Yeah. Oh man, it was horrible. Like everybody came down and
We're-
you didn't fight anything that was.
We landed on world. We did the smart thing because we're escorting a guy who wanted to hunt next to you.
He just didn't want to try.
But it's like, okay, you say he didn't bring any real weapons.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, okay, you say on the ship, we'll go capture the 2 and maybe we can find a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 next to you after tripping over some mines and
A couple
shooting
of
at some people.
Yeah. Even the next few fight was kind of hard,
Yeah.
and you had taken on the same ones. Like they weren't buffed up or anything.
Oh, I
before.
know.
Just
I'm-
it's just sometimes how like positioning and roles like really matter. So like you've been to the same planet with essentially the same people, but with less skills.
Right. I took, I think, 6 crits in that next two fight.
Yeah, like a next year just jumped on you and just
Ripped me to
battered
shreds.
you. Literally ripped you to shreds.
Right. Lost
Took
a
the leg off.
Which Doc took care of one of the criticals, I believe, there. For me to pick up a couple more in the gunfight that happened afterwards.
Yeah, and even the gunfight, like there was nobody in that gunfight that was particularly strong.
I mean, at that point, I had lost one of my dice on attack. So
I wasn't even talking
hurt.
about just you, I was talking about everybody else too.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it helps if the fight starts off, one of the party members loses an arm.
that's the least combative party member there is.
Oh, yeah, but that still doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, they had a Wookiee, and he doesn't have any guns, so, he just comes up and hits somebody with an axe. I don't think he did about like 2 attacks before he got taken down, just because he got
Yeah.
everybody concentrated fire. But, like, his first attack, I was like, holy, because nobody's played a Wookiee, and nobody's used a vibro axe,
Right.
and nobody has any stat skill at 5.
Jeez.
Now, it's funny because before we played Star Wars, I had built a character myself for the process of doing it, and for maybe going and playing with somebody else, just as a one-off thing. And I had built a Wookiee because I just figured it'd be the easiest thing to play off the bat for one session.
Right.
And I built a Wookiee like from the base stats that had 5 bond. Like that's not out of the crazy normal.
Right.
And or maybe mine had 4 bond. It was either 4 or 5. I can't remember. And so
I
this
almost went with a Wookiee.
So this one had 5 bond. Now he can't do shit else.
Right.
But when he swung an axe, it was just like
It hurt.
death.
It hurt.
She literally would have died if there wasn't a reroll involved.
Right. I thought he was going to kill me a couple of times when he hit me.
I didn't think he was gonna kill you, but then like right afterwards,
He attacked me. I had 5 crits on me at the time.
Okay, there was
And
one,
vicious.
there was one. Yeah, see, that was what was bad. Was when you roll. It's a crit table of 15, and you roll a d100. So each one's a mod crit of 10. So, but the axe adds 30, right? So when he hit the Twi'lek, he hit her for 3 crits, and he put her over her wound threshold. So it was like 4 crits.
Right.
But it was plus 30 on each one, but for every concurrent one, it was another plus 10.
Yeah.
So at the last one, it was like, if you roll over a 50 on a D100, you're just going to die.
Right.
It's just like...
I'm surprised none of us died.
I saved somebody. I might have saved 2 people, but I know I saved
I think you saved her.
I know I did. And then I remember hitting you, and I was like, we counted it up, and it was like plus 70.
Yeah.
Again, on a table of 150. So the odds weren't crazy bad, but
They
obviously,
weren't in my favor.
as the higher they goes, though, even if you don't get killed, like the injuries start piling up.
Right.
Like if you got maimed again, and like lost an arm.
I would have just rubbed some dirt in it and walked it off.
But I rolled like a 23, so it was only like a 93. And that's still anything under 100 is still in the range of bearable.
Right.
Anything over 100, like 6 that are over 100, are all just horrid. You don't want to get any of those. That's why I thought that we'll just plus 70. There's a solid chance this is gonna not go your way.
Right.
But then right afterwards, after you killed the Wookiee, somebody just shot you. Like it was like not for that much damage. It was like for 10 damage or something.
I don't even think it was that much.
I don't even think it put you over your wound threshold at the time.
Oh, I was over my wound
Okay.
threshold. The Wookiee did that.
Maybe it was like 7, so like 1 or 2 got through. It wasn't even that much damage. It was like plus 80. On a crit roll, I was like, oh god.
I mean, I did what I designed myself to do, is take hits.
Yeah. No, it was only fun. I mean, the only main thing that made it funny was that it was like, y'all get in the ship, I'll keep shooting them. It's like, you're so banged up.
It's what I do.
Dripping in blood.
It's what I do.
Pouring down you.
I mean, I'm supposed to be the bodyguard.
That's true.
I do my job.
That's true.
I'm built to take hits.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a fun session because it was, one job, in and out. I didn't know if you'd be there for just one session, but I guess the necessity called. The battle just got way too heavy, way too quick.
Yeah, I think we may have tried to stick around more if we had the droid dude still. Just pick up droid parts for him.
Yeah. I just meant just because the battle was, like, not...
I was fine with staying. Everyone else wanted to go.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably smart.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely smart. When we lost 2 limbs on that world.
The doctor got I just love him. So it was a successful job, in and out, no problem. She got paid in full.
Right.
And then spent
once.
a lot of money on medical expenses.
Well, we still profited.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we were still up.
I just mean, I think it was 38,000 gross, but it was 6,000 profit.
Yeah, it may have been about that.
Maybe it was 8,000 profit.
Because the arm was 10, repairing the ship was 10. And I guess we may have spent 5 on...
Well, her thing altogether was 17, with an arm, putting it on, her criticals.
Okay. I didn't think it was that high, but...
And then some repairs to the ship, and docking, and just, just normal fees and stuff. But, so, yeah, I guess that's about right. It was $28,000 or $29,000 in expenses. It was
we made money.
$38,000.
We made money. That's the important part.
Yeah. No, that's obviously the important part that you left with more than you came.
Yeah.
And it builds up reputation.
I'm ready for round 4.
Why do you even need to go there for at this point?
Taser Kitty. I need to kill it.
Kill it, Jesus. But that was the only stuff I played.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I played. The Zombicide 2nd Edition Kickstarter's going.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah, I
that
sent you a link
yeah, you sent me a link for something like
for one of the updates.
Yeah, I didn't know why you sent it to me, but
Because
there was something on it, but I don't remember what it was at this point.
well, one of the zombie, they're doing.
It was like a guy in a
day,
coffin.
yeah. Every day they do a new sculpt for zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a zombie in the coffin still.
Yeah.
Running around. That's just awesome.
I like that you have to beat it with 2 different instances of one damage.
Yeah. They also got what's his name? Danny. He was in. What? He's an actor, Mexican.
Oh, Danny Trejo?
Yeah. They actually made a survivor or a pack for him.
He already had a survivor.
Well, but it's actually him.
It's actually Danny Trejo.
Yeah, it's him as a survivor, and then there's a zombie version, and then there's an abomination version of him.
That's cool.
Makes me want to back it.
I thought you already did.
Nah, I threw in $1 just to get the updates.
Gotcha. Do they have like a conversion kit?
Yeah, they got a conversion kit for like $40.
Yeah, you should probably at least get that.
I don't actually own any of the 1st edition.
That's good. That's fair. I don't know. We don't play it that much.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the stuff that's keeping me from doing it.
Yeah, we haven't played that game in years. The base zombie side, really.
It's been a while since we really played any Zombicide, except for about one of Invader. When I first got it.
Sure.
Which I didn't care for much.
I just thought it was really
I don't know
basic.
if I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, it felt very phoned in.
I may actually just sell it.
That's fair.
If it's worth anything.
I
went all in, so.
Yeah, it's got to be worth something.
Right.
A few $100.
I could probably get my money back for it.
Yeah, you can always get your money. I mean, that's the good thing about the Kickstarters. In the bubble they're in right now,
right,
is like the bubble hasn't burst on. If you keep all your boxes and shit, like you can 100% get at least what you paid for it because it's limited.
Yeah, I actually think I still have the shipping box because I haven't thrown it out yet because I haven't been sure if I wanted to keep it or not.
Yeah, I told you that was like part of the thing for me to buy that Power Rangers game when we were in Indy. Was just like it's a lot of money.
Right.
It was like $400 something, but I looked. It was like no sold listing was under $5, so it's like at the very least
you'll break even.
Yeah.
Which it may have gone down a little with the second Kickstarter.
They did open it up, but
that's kind of probably the same way with the Joan of Arc stuff.
Yeah.
But I went all in on it, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I've still got that Turtles game I went all in on coming.
Yeah.
Supposedly at some point. Yeah. Like you were thinking, like you were about to say something.
Just trying to decide if I had anything to talk about. Anything newsworthy I saw.
News. I have that Stalker story.
Yeah.
This is why do I love
hilarious.
This life? Yeah.
As an outside observer, this is hilarious.
So I'll give the different intro. I was texting just like an hour ago before we recorded. The girl that plays the girl that plays Star Wars with us, not D&D,
okay.
but the RPG, right?
Yeah.
And these were sending each other memes. So she sent me something and asked me, like completely off topic. She was like, "How do you deal with your hair?" Because obviously, we have a video podcast, but I have really long hair.
Yeah.
It's short. She has short hair. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know if it was something having to do with the meme or what the deal was. But she was just like, when I had long hair, like gold length hair, it was just always bothersome to me. And lots of people are like that. Like, they just don't like long hair. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, did you try being better? I don't know. Like, it never bothers me. Like, I know lots of people ask me, like, is it not too hot in the summer?
I get mad about my beard.
Yeah, I doesn't do anything to me, man.
It's like I'm used to it. Yeah, this is just life.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like, So, but what I said was like, she said something about like how it all got tangled, and I thought this yesterday when I saw her. I was like, your hair is really thin. Like, I can like see her scalp if I look at her head. Like her hair is just really thin. I was like, maybe it just gets tangled because it's just. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I'm not a fucking cosmetologist, so she was like, "You're right, but that's a weird thing to notice about someone, like how thick their hair is,
right?
Or how thin their hair is." And I was like, "Nothing's weird to me anymore." After, like, no behavior is weird after this behavior got past 2 humans filters for what is weird and not. So I went to a friend of mine's house, and he has a girlfriend that lives with him, and they've been together for a year and a half or so. I've always thought it was weird. For a while, I thought it was weird because I don't ever talk to her. Like, you don't talk to your best friend's girlfriend, you know what I mean? Unless, like, she was your friend before, yeah.
It varies, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Like, I just don't talk to her at all if I'm not with him, you know?
Right.
But it always seems like if he's talking to me about her, we're buds. Like, the three of us are, like, best friends.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know if the three of us are best friends. Two of us are, and, you know, she's there, you know what I mean?
Right.
But come to find out, as it goes on, like, just anything I say is gonna get relayed. You know, like if I'm talking to him, I'm talking to her.
Right.
If I never see her, right? So, we were there, and we were there. They started asking me about girls. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, come to find out, in between her college classes, my best friend's girlfriend, who I don't interact with, sits and looks at my social media activity, and then if I like any girl's picture, she'll go to that girl, go through her pictures, take screenshots of them, and send them to her boyfriend, my best friend, to get his opinion on if I was theoretically with that girl and she theoretically could like come to their house for like a theoretical Thanksgiving or something like that. Like they live in that world. Like they're having discussions in that world that doesn't exist. Like it's 3 dimensions away, right? And I was like, I don't care because I think it's funny, you know. But it's like, do you guys know what Instagram's for? Like I don't like pictures of just people I want to bang. Like
I will say, I'll interject here. I've seen you on Instagram. I'm pretty sure you just like a picture to say you've seen it. I mean,
unless it's just strongly against what I like, right. Yes.
I mean, you're about on that level of liking pictures.
Yeah, I'm gonna double tap anything. Like, again, unless it's just something I just don't like. But especially if it's real people, like people I know or have liked it. But yeah, I'm gonna give them a like just for the traction or whatever. Like, there's no sense in not helping somebody else.
Right.
So, especially if if I would comment on someone's picture, same thing, like screenshot. They'll have a discussion about it, but they won't tell me.
But you tend not to talk to the people they're stalking.
They tell me right to my face. So they're like, yeah, we just don't know who you're dating or anything. And I was like, it's because it's none of your business. But so I pulled up the Instagram of the girl I do date, and his girlfriend was following her. They don't live anywhere near each other, never met each other. I've never spoken to any of them about her or her about them.
Right.
But she follows her so she can keep tabs on the people I've liked pictures of. Like, it's like, you people are fucking crazy. Like, why does this happen to me? I have no idea. No, that's what I said. Like, I'm not, they can listen to podcasts. It's not like I'm bashing them as bad people or anything. They're my friends. And like I said, I think it's, I think it's humorous, so it doesn't bother me.
Right.
And they're not hurting anybody or nothing.
I think that's kind of the key there.
Yeah. They're not shitting on anybody or whatever. Like, I don't care. But I told him, I just like laughed and laughed and laughed. And I was like, man, you're crazy. And she's like, I'm not crazy. I was like, that's crazy. I don't care. I'm not bashing you or telling you to change or whatever. Do whatever you want.
Right.
But that's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's what crazy people do.
It really is.
You can be crazy. I love y'all. But you should definitely be self-aware.
No need in denying it.
Well, it's more like you should probably watch that behavior with other people. I think if you told that exact same phrase to someone else, they would not take it nearly on the chin, as much on the chin. Like,
right.
Like, I don't know, in any circumstance, right? And she was like, well, you can see what I do on Instagram. I was like, there's no way I'll ever look. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, who has time for that, really?
Someone who has 3 hours between their college classes, I'll tell you exactly who has time for it.
Get a book.
Right.
Download the Kindle app.
Study more.
Book on Amazon.
No, I don't know. I guess their friend circle's just small. She's real picky about people, which I understand. But
yeah,
it's just funny. Like, and then she told me right to my face, like, oh, this is a girl. I don't like her. You don't like her? You've never met her. You saw a picture of her on Instagram. She's ugly. She's not, and it doesn't matter if you think she's ugly. I'm glad that ended up being a quick story, but
It's still hilarious listening to it again.
It's the same thing. Like when I'm there, I don't see her as often. But again, since she gets my stories secondhand, either they'll be transposed wrong or
Right.
a couple of stories mixed up. Especially older ones. So sometimes she'll just ask me to tell a story like that she's heard a bit of or
Right.
something like that. And like they would comment on how I've like we've said on here before, like I just have shit happen to me that normal people don't have happen.
Right.
And then they create one of those stories themselves, like in the process of commenting on how those stories get made.
Right. That's kind of the best part.
It's universal irony. Like it's universe telling me no part of your life is safe. Fuck, no part of it is safe. Like there's no week I can go and not have multiple stories of just oddness.
Right.
Or just debauchery. Like,
Actually, I do have a story.
Go for it.
I just thought about it from last weekend.
Go for it.
I mean, part of my job is occasionally I gotta have a security guard.
Yeah.
To protect me, really. Make sure I get home safe is the whole purpose of them. But I got the craziest security guard I've had yet.
Did you get a non-vet?
No. I mean, the dude's like my age.
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. It's kind of hard to tell. He was a black guy.
Sure.
But
I was 20 years older than you.
I mean, I was in south side of town.
Sure.
Kind of rough area.
Yeah.
And dude, I was working on the ATM. Dude walks up. There was some dude walking around in the parking lot at the Kroger next to the bank. And dude walks over to him to harass him, basically. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm walking around. I do this all the time." And they had a conversation. I didn't know where the guard went. I just looked up and was like, "Where the hell's my security guard?"
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad the safe is closed and I'm finishing up, but damn.
Security guards trip me out because they're either like useless or just way too much.
Yeah.
From a guy whose dad used to run a security company, it's exactly what I said. They're either useless or just way too much. Like
we went to our bank, my next call, the next bank, and the dude was willing to chase people out of the parking lot of the bank.
I just saw a video yesterday of a cop pulls over a person in a regular car pulls over a car.
Right.
And then a cop pulls over that guy because he's not a cop.
Right.
And he's like, but when he walks up to him, he does the cop impersonation thing. Where he's like, "What are you doing, man?" "Oh, there's this guy flying down the highway at 120. "Okay, so what are you doing?" "Well, man, you can't just be flying down at 120, man." "How'd you know he's going 120? "Well, like, so what were you doing before you stopped that guy?" He's like, "Oh, I was going down to the courthouse, man. It's like dark outside, like in on the video."
Right.
The guy's like, "Go to the courthouse." "What? Oh, I'm going down there to get my shit, man. Get my stuff." It's like it was just what? Like, and he goes on for some time. Like I don't transpose the whole thing, but it was just I'm going down there. I know it doesn't make any sense, man, but I'm telling I'm legit, man. And like he had a badge, but he didn't have like his ID or wallet or gun or nothing on him. It wasn't like he had a gun and a belt and like a uniform or nothing.
Right.
He was wearing like at one point when the body cam got closer to him, you could see it. Like he was wearing like old jeans, like jeans that were older than him, because he was like 25 at tops.
Right.
And he had like the jeans, the old style, like really blue jeans that still had the loop down on the bottom of the thigh.
Okay.
That was like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it was like it wasn't like he was even really putting in an effort to be an impersonator or nothing.
Right.
He was just crazy. Like, but he didn't act crazy.
Yeah.
And like it come down to find out, like eventually he had to drop the loop, because But he kept it up, or at least the mannerisms, for like a long time. Because even the cop didn't want to outright just call him out, because he could be wrong. The dude could really be a cop and just whatever. It just would have been a weird situation, but shit happens. Weird shit happens all the time. So he's like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna cuff you or nothing, but we're on the side of the highway, so I'm just gonna let you sit in the back of my car. I'm not cuffing you or nothing." I guess, man, like that thing. Like, I don't know why'd you put a cop in the back of your car. Like, it's like. But later, the video cuts after they take him in, and it's the interrogation thing. And he's like asking him, the thing from the beginning. He's like, "So where do you work?" And he was like, something, like park. It's like a parking lot of a government building. But he's just a security guard.
Oh wow.
And it was like, "Oh, security." okay, but you had a badge, but that wasn't a security badge. What was that? And the guy on camera goes, well, that was my dad's badge. He goes, so is your dad, like, around? No, he's not. He's not around. So what happened is, he's like, leading him. He's like, oh, he got killed in the line of duty. And it was like, oh, he was a cop? And then it, like, stopped, and, like, later, that was also a lie, too. Like, he was just trying to get out of some stuff. Like, he was just trying to guilt the guy. And but he was a security guard. He was just like, he had like lights on his regular car, and it wasn't like a cop car that he had bought that was old or nothing. It was just like a car.
Okay.
Like a guy was driving fast. He's like, I'm a parking lot security guard. I can stop this guy going too fast on the highway.
And do what?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Like, that's why I'm saying, what was the point? I mean, I guess Wonka's like, I'm going to let you off with a warning, slow the fuck down, but
Yeah.
it's about all you could do.
It didn't, none of it tracked at all. And then, I don't know, security guards, I was at last year, I was at a gaming place, like one of those places like a Dave & Buster's, but it wasn't a Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
Like an arcade gaming type of place.
Yeah.
I was there with a girl, and like we didn't leave the place, but we left the building and went in the parking lot, and we're in a car together. Not having sex or nothing like that, like nothing nefarious or anything crazy.
Right.
But like I guess it was like past 11 p.m. or something. It wasn't like crazy late. Same thing, like security cards up, guy comes up, like, hey man, you want something? Like, y'all can just be moving along now. Like, we're just in your parking lot. We're not we're clothed.
Right.
The fuck? And he was, I don't need y'all in here. It's like, I think that you're just supposed to, stop crime or like loiterers. I got my little pass. Like, we paid to be in there. You know what I mean? Like, you can get up off my fucking car. Just, stuff like that where it's like, I guess he's bored, so.
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all in one car when there's two cars here? Because it's cold outside, dickhead. It's like December. Stuff, I don't know, security would trip me out sometimes. But then sometimes, like, I went into a Walmart a few weeks ago, and I literally looked at the guy and was like, I don't think you could stop a rat if it was running too fast. Like,
yeah.
He just had no spatial awareness at all.
Well, unless you got something else, it's probably a good spot to wrap up.
No, I'll leave it be for this week. Still need to get more on Instagram. It's Questionable Fandom on Instagram, and then Questionable Fandom Podcast on Facebook. And we have a Patreon still at Questionable Fandom, and we have a email for questions and comments, qf.mailbag@gmail.com. We're thinking I'd like to get some submissions on video content. We were thinking about doing maybe some video game streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Or just doing a video element to the podcast. Just something new.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any ideas or examples of what other people might be doing, I'd appreciate it. But that's going to be it for us this week. Tune in next week.